So we got the rolling 60s, Big U full indictment. I wanted to get more on the situation and why they got indicted. So
the feds picked you up 2 times, right? You said the feds have picked you up on numerous occasions, right?
Oh, that's loose
What
cannon.
part?
Lady
What time?
Fino,
Yeah. Okay, so look.
So
We're going to elaborate and we're going to respond to that. Yeah. No. Because at the end of the day, it's like this, right? Because when the same time they came and picked your ass up, right? They came and got Big Useless, right? And then, they rolled on me.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer.
I don't know that they wrote on you. I'm telling you. I'm saying
we dealing with this
2 separate times.
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
You're talking.
No, look.
To them.
Okay, so listen.
You can't
so
say
what,
you know.
Okay, no. So this is a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Brick Baby hit me. Well, like
I know
5,
what's up.
6. No, hold on. No, you
on the play. On the play.
Yeah, on the play, right?
Yeah.
And then some dogs eat somebody, right? So they contact Brick. They was like, Brick, we need our shit back. Can you get it from this individual, right? Yeah. Which is me. Brick hit me and was like, man, they ordered you up. I said, nigga, you about to be ordered up. Like, you get what I'm saying? That was the conversation.
I'm sitting there like, I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm just sitting here like federal informant, just giving you the platform to just, well, I don't mean police.
Yeah.
What happened? You get what I'm saying? Our interaction when getting to know each other. So Brick found out what I do, and I found out what he do.
What do y'all do?
So next question.
Meanwhile, none of us know or need to know.
It was basically when I called, I said
Adam is perplexed right now. Wait a minute. Holy donut shop. I'm not pausing it no more.
Play, but he know what I'm on. You get what I'm saying? Because we argued. I think when you said I'm about to get ordered up, because I think we had some words.
Yeah, we had some words and stuff like that.
Order what? Nigga,
but you probably thought he was coming from a different place.
What I'm saying is, because all right,
two birds in one stone. Put it that way.
If I get his number from Big Bro, cuz, or however I reach you, I'm like, get me in contact with cuz, boom. So when cuz, I'm like, cuz, they trying to,
bro, the police can decipher this, bro.
I don't know that cuz moving like this, so when I tap in, he's like, man, that's what cuz do. I'm like, oh yeah. And they basically telling cuz the same shit. I'm like, oh, that's why they want me to go get it from cuz, because can't nobody else get it from cuz. I'm like, this one, you ain't gonna be able to get back without you gotta come with some cash. You get what I'm saying? But either way it go. I get what you said. Yeah. All right.
So do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault. You could.
What is going on here? What is going on here?
I'm on my way to the gym. Kevin Gates just dropped the album, and the world just drops this on me.
No cap, I was literally on the road.
Let's dig deeper.
I was on the road, bro.
United States Attorney here in Los Angeles.
So we seen this
Today,
part.
We're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as...
We've seen that part.
L.A. Crip leader turned gang interventionist, ran mafia-like enterprise, feds allege. Eugene Big U Henley is a well-known figure in the hip-hop world and has been called rap's godfather by Henley of murdering a young rapper in Las Vegas, among a variety of other crimes.
That's
Eugene
insane.
Big U Henley, a Crips leader who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career and was dubbed rap's godfather, has been accused of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, and fraud. Federal authorities announced on Wednesday. As a part of Henley's purported grip on Los Angeles, his alleged victims were required to check in with Henley before arriving in the city in order to obtain protection, according to the 107-page federal complaint unveiled Wednesday. Among those Henley alleged extorted were professional athletes and musicians, the complaint said, whose business interests were not always legitimate. Federal authorities linked Henley's Big U enterprise to a mafia-like organization that relied on his stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals in L.A. Authorities at a Wednesday press conference said Henley is a fugitive. More than a dozen others are in custody tied to the sprawling criminal case. Henley has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles. U.S. Attorney Joseph T. McNeely said at the press conference, the facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It's one of a murder, a thief, It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. The arrests are a part of an effort, McNeely said, to make our community safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, a widely known leader within the rolling 60s. Following a years-long FBI investigation, federal authorities have accused Henley of kidnapping and fatally shooting a young rapper in the face and leaving his body in the Las Vegas desert over perceived disrespect and directing the robbery of an unlicensed LA marijuana dispensary that has stopped making extortion payments. Henley also allegedly defrauded companies, donors, athletes, and celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and former NBA MVP Shaquille O'Neal, persuading them to donate to his charities and later allegedly transferring the money to his own personal bank accounts. Authorities have also accused Henley of fraudulently obtaining funding from a gang reduction and youth development program overseen by the LA mayor's office. Henley previously served 15 years in prison after trying to rob an undercover sheriff's deputy of 33 pounds of cocaine in 1991. His son, a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers. Henley, his alleged right-hand man, Sylvester Robinson, and trusted lieutenant Mark Martin are accused of violating the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, RICO. Federal authorities have also charged Tremaine Williams, a.k.a. Loose Cannon, with robbery. Armani, a.k.a. Monty, with transporting an individual to engage in prostitution, and Frederick Blayton Jr. and Tiffany Hines with bank fraud. All of them are in custody, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A. In an affidavit filed with the criminal complaint, Andrew Russa, a special agent with the FBI, said members and associates of the Big U enterprise used Henley's and the group's history and reputation to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation. Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for the Big U enterprise by promoting himself as a reform gang member focused on bettering his community, Russa wrote. Las Vegas killing. 5 days before his killing in January 2021.
Damn, he just reading this whole thing.
Rayshawn Williams recorded a diss song. In his affidavit, Russa said he believed Williams' diss song was about Henley, whose authorities compared.
Hold on, let me skip up a little bit.
He once told authorities about a large buy-in dice game in L.A. in June 2019.
Wait.
Henley said he made money selling drugs, but decided to stop after reading the autobiography to be drenched in either sweat or water. Henley told the authorities he was coming back from the gym, according to the complaint. Hours later, on January 25th, about 9 a.m., Williams' body was found in a ditch. He had died of multiple gunshot wounds. Authorities compared DNA collected from Williams' body to Henley's DNA profile. The result was inconclusive, but Henley could not be excluded as a suspect, according to the complaint. According to the complaint, following the homicide, Henley allegedly arranged for recording equipment from the studio to be removed and surveillance video to be destroyed. Russa wrote that he believed the footage would have shown an altercation between Henley and Williams the night of the killing, and at a minimum, Henley and R.W. leaving the studio together shortly before R.W.'s murder. A month after Williams' death, the FBI LA Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Gangs launched an investigation into Big U Enterprise and its association with the Rolling 60s, Original Gangster. Henley is an admitted member and original gangster, or OG, of the Rolling 60s, and someone widely regarded as a leader within the gang, Russa wrote in his affidavit. And Hip Hop Uncovered, a 6-part documentary series for which Henley was an executive producer, he described himself as a Rolling 60 member from the first generation. The series billed itself as examining the power brokers who operate from the shadows of hip-hop. Henley said he robbed cars as a juvenile and moved to Chicago after getting kicked out of California. When he returned to L.A. in the 1980s, he said he earned his reputation by beating people up in the parking lot of the World on Wheels Mid-City Skating Rink. Throughout the 80s, Russa wrote in his affidavit, Henley fostered a fierce and earned a reputation for violence. Henley said he made money selling drugs, but decided to stop after reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. I was ready to do something different, Henley said in the docuseries. He later started managing the career of hip-hop artist Corrupt. Then, in 1991, Henley was arrested in a sting operation after he and a friend tried to rob someone they mistakenly thought was a drug dealer. He served 13 years in prison and was released in 2004, Soon after, Henley formed Development Options, a nonprofit involved in gang intervention that also provided underprivileged children a safe outlet in sports. Corrupt took Henley to Death Row Records to meet Suge Knight. In the docuseries, Henley said Knight helped him financially and put me in a position to win. He met Nipsey Hussle, an up-and-coming rapper.
That's why the game's so rigged, bro. Because how you gonna get charged? How you gonna get charged for robbing a police officer selling something illegal? How can the police sell something illegal? Because if you're in the streets, that's why niggas in the streets rob niggas in the streets, because they can't tell. But if you rob an undercover, that's how you know it's rigged. It's rigged.
Member of the Rolling 60s, who lived with Henley's family and recorded some of his first tracks in their downstairs studio, according to a 2023 Times article. In a docuseries, rapper Wiz Khalifa said he didn't know anybody that actually touched as many superstars as Henley has. If I was to describe Big U's role in rap, he would definitely be the Godfather, Khalifa said. Can't do nothing without consulting him. He's the only guy who does move how he moves. Check-ins. In 2021, Russo wrote the FBI interviewed a cooperating witness only identified as CW1, who claimed the rap artists, athletes, and other visitors needed to pay Henley a fee when they come to the city. C1 told authorities about a large buy-in dice game in LA in June 2019. The game involved a professional boxer identified only as AB. AB's associates and several prominent NBA players, according to CW1. AB and his associates fixed the game, cheating NBA players out of millions of dollars using teased dice. After that game, Rooster wrote, Henley directed associates to rough up AB, who had not checked in with Henley, and to get the money back from him on behalf of the cheated NBA players. Multiple members of the Rolling 60s allegedly arrived and were used to press AB. Henley stepped in, CW1 told authorities, because he was involved in or would approve of any dice games or similar events, such as parties involving large sums of money and prominent NBA players and celebrities in the city. According to the complaint, CW1 knew of other times in which NBA players or celebrities would need to get approval in advance from Henley to ensure their safety at events such as parties, games, or advertising shoots. CW1 said the celebrities would have to pay Henley for protection in approval or face retaliation from the Big U Enterprise. In a mentioned meeting between Henley and someone identified only as Victor 1, Henley recounted that he got into it with AB after AB cheated a current NBA All-Star out of $1.5 million and a former NBA All-Star out of $5 million. Henley also talked about charging the players $100,000 to get their money back. And a podcast hosted called Check In, he said every city he goes to, I check in with somebody, but he has denied charging fees to those coming to LA. I never made no athlete, no rapper give me nothing, Henley said in an interview with Genius, a digital media company. They reach out to me because they feel a connection to me and my neighborhood for whatever reason. How to rob yourself. The complaint laid out various robberies allegedly carried out by Big U Enterprise, including one, an unlicensed marijuana dispensary in LA on June 5th, 2021. In that case, the victim told authorities he'd been paying the enterprise up to $25,000 per month and extortion fees. After he stopped paying, he said nearly a dozen of Big U Enterprises members and associates, along with Rolling 60 members, rushed into the dispensary armed with firearms. They were not wearing masks to obscure their identities. They allegedly stole cash and marijuana from the store before fleeing. That same day, Henley allegedly invited the victim to his home, where he laid out what had been stolen from the dispensary. That's how you rob yourself, Henley said. Russo wrote that throughout the investigation, the FBI obtained recordings of Big U Enterprise members and associates discussing robberies that they were doing or planning to do. In one case, Russo said he heard Henley on a wiretap planning a robbery of people who had stolen equipment from a celebrity rapper using an Apple AirTag that was purportedly with the equipment. Henley, Mitchell, and others got guns and began to stage the robbery. They called it off after spotting police arrived at a location. Russo wrote, according to the complaint, Henley organized a birthday party at Deja Vu for himself in December.
Breathe, dude. Breathe. Breathe through, into your nose, out through your mouth. He is trying to read this like it's the end of the world. In 2021, he allegedly negotiated to receive roughly 33% of the bar proceeds and promised that famous rappers, including Khalifa and T.I. Let me know if it's too fried for y'all, bro. On bro reading these. I won't react to them no more. I can keep up, but it was a few times where it was like, if it's not new information, it gets the feeling dull. That's why I had to skip it up.
The 10, the night of the birthday party, Henley, Robinson, Martin, and other associates turned up at the club. A victim told authorities he watched as Robinson, Martin and 3 other associates took a different victim into the back room and extorted $30,000 from him. None of the promised celebrity rappers arrived, according to the complaint. Alleged fraud. Authorities also accused Henley of fraudulently obtaining funding from the LA mayor's office through the gang reduction youth development program since around 2015. Rooster wrote, Henley's nonprofit Development Options has received $550,000 annually as a part of the program. The nonprofit was allotted $2.35 million from the city from July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2023. From that, Rooster wrote, Henley has drawn hundreds of thousands of dollars purportedly in salary. According to the complaint, the GRID program has an extensive mandatory handbook that is appended to each contract and that development options like every other GRID contractor must comply with. Among many requirements are extensive criminal background checks, compliance, training, approval of employees, attendance at meetings, lodging activity, and cooperating with local law enforcement. Based on my review of documents in the course of this investigation, Development Options appears to have failed to comply with some.
2.5 million. I can't get over that. 2.5 million in funding from the mayor to start youth programs. Where they at though? Bro said I'm up 2.5 million. He probably would have never even went to jail for that neither.
Or potentially all of those requirements, Rooster wrote. Henley also allegedly fraudulently applied for federal pandemic relief loans for Development Options, Unique Music, and other businesses. Finally, authorities accused Henley of committing wire fraud by embezzling more than $100,000 in donations to Development Options. Although none of the donors were identified in the complaint, the Times were able to confirm their names through federal sources and public interviews. Among them was Draymond Green, who made a $20,000 donation to Development Options. In August 2019, Henley allegedly embezzled the entire donation, transferring the funds to his personal checking account. Another was Shaquille O'Neal, who wrote a $20,000 check intended to support Development Options and the Crenshaw Rams youth sports team. Henley allegedly transferred most of the money to his bank account. Henley faces up to 20 years for the Rico charge, but could get life.
The money,
if a jury finds that he
could have just left that money in there. Just think they ain't gonna never get caught up for what they got going on.
With councilmen, with senators, with congressmen, all the time. What happens is typically they get told to put the money back, they get a fine, and then they get put on some type of probationary period where they could lose their nonprofit status. That's what's been happening since they've been doing this stuff. So you have that. This stuff right here that we're seeing, bruh, in all honesty, unless you have people that are coming through that have surveillance footage and all this crap and everything like that, bruh, it
ain't gonna stick.
It's one of those things where could he beat it? Yeah.
Just beating Rico.
But right now, do it look bad? Of course it looks bad. But you have other people who are accused of far worse things who do not get press conferences at all. Big U is going to basically either make sure his lawyer is well paid for his fight while he's tying up loose ends right now. No pun on the name. But you had that
people
crap.
Get away with worse shit, but hey, when they done with you, bro. He might have made somebody mad.
That's going on. To me, it just seems like this whole entire indictment is built on he say, she say stuff. Because if that murder was so stringent, if that murder was so ironclad,
they go for 4
they wouldn't be saying, "Oh, he's only facing up to 20 years." It just wouldn't.
That's what I said. 20 years is crazy.
So the stuff about extortion and all this crap and everything like that, man, look. If people check